What's up, family? Welcome back to I Am Tina Budgets. It's your girl, Tina. Hey, y'all, I'm back. If you're new here, it's just welcome. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell next to subscribe. Notify all so you can be notified each and every time I upload on this app. And if you don't mind, please comment, like, and share this video with your family and friends. Let's invite everybody to the party. Because if you're not new here, you know the party don't start until y'all come in. Hey, y'all. Hey, I am back. It's been a long time. I have missed a lot of you guys' birthday. You've missed my husband's birthday, my birthday, our anniversary, Thanksgiving. Baby Budgets is 2, y'all. Y'all missed that birthday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I think that kind of catches us up. Y'all, a lot of things has happened. So many things, so many things. I have got to catch you up on everything. So let me do a quick setup change and I'll get into all of those, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to change and come back. So y'all, let's get it. Let's go. Okay, y'all, welcome back. I have changed my setup and I've changed where I'm recording. So the sound and the lighting is different. And I'm also using a new apparatus to record or to help me record to hold my phone. And it's attached to me. So I hope it's not a lot of movement that causes you all to be nauseous. So when I edit this video, if it's causing nauseousness to me, and I can't edit it out, then I know it's gonna cause nauseousness to you all possibly. So I'll scrap it and I'll do a new video, okay? So this is my new calendar. I'll still use my regular way that I put my sinking funds down and how I split everything up. I'm still gonna use notebook in regards to how I show you all that stuff. However, I'm using a different calendar. Now this calendar I'm using for birthdays, PTO from work, all of the things. You're gonna see a lot of things that has been erased because my husband do a lot of more of those things. I am now responsible for only the things that you see here. There's been a lot of changes, honey. First and foremost, let's get into why I've been gone so long. Let's get into that. Well, you all know the last video that I made, I discussed my aunt being sick and we had to go to the facility and make some decisions in regards to her care. We chose to go the hospice route to try to get her more comfortable, that palliative care. We chose that. And in doing so, she made it known to us that this was her last hurrah. This was the last ride for her. She made the conscious decision, which helped us make a decision that she wanted to go on the hospice for comfort measures and a smooth transition. She decided that transitioning was best for her because she was tired of suffering, tired of the pain. As you all know, those of you that are not new, my aunt suffered a neurological event, is how we discussed it in the healthcare field. I work in the healthcare field, but she had what we call a CVA, what you all call, for some of you may call a stroke. She started to just go downhill from there. She did have some therapy. She did make some gains. Unfortunately, she never made gains enough to be able to live home alone. That was her ultimate goal, to go back home to live, if not alone all day, then part of the day. And unfortunately, she didn't recover enough to do that from the stroke. So she made the conscious decision, like I just told you. We respected that decision. We had prayer, we had devotion, we had singing, and my family can sing, you understand? So A lot of us can. So we did that. She did transition. She gained her wings. It was tough, and I'm gonna try to make it through this video without the tears. As you all know, I did get emotional in some instances before. Well, when I was explaining it to you all, we are a tight-knit family. We help each other out. And so she transitioned. It was hard for us, but we accepted it and we moved on. We finalized her last moments. We did the funeral. We came together as a family to take care of those things. I had to pull from my savings and all of the stuffings I was doing in order to help my family. We do that for everyone in our family for the immediate side. Now she has two daughters. Unfortunately, one daughter passed away years and years ago. A second daughter is battling cancer. So she has granddaughters. Those granddaughters stepped up. She has multiple grandchildren, let me just say that. But two of those granddaughters stepped up. The oldest granddaughter and only child from her oldest daughter that passed away years and years ago, and the oldest daughter from her second child, which is a girl that's battling cancer. Those two young ladies stepped up, did what they needed to do, and the rest of us girls followed suit. They were the leaders, and we followed and supported them. The guys in the family, they supported the girls. So that's what we did. So all of my stuffing, we just finished all of those things, responsibilities this month, which is I'm recording this in January, the end of January. So we finished those obligations this month and funeralizing her. So we're starting fresh for my budget for February, and that's why we're gonna start fresh with this video for February. So we're gonna start back stuffing again. We're gonna start back savings again, sinking funds, paying off debt. I have a new system that I have incurred that I am going to share with you all to help me, and hopefully by that helping me, it can inspire and or help some of you all in regards to that. So in regards to my aunt, you are all caught up, okay? All caught up. Now, there are some things that transpired within my household of my husband and I, my daughter, our daughter, I apologize, and our two sons. So I'll catch you all up on that. But first, let me get into my February budget. Again, the way I'm recording, the apparatus that I'm using is attached to me. So you will see some movement, unfortunately. Again, I'll see how it goes and then make adjustments accordingly in regards to that. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can get started. So, of course, you all know mortgage for me is due on the 1st. At least that's when we set things up. We set things up on the 1st for everything. We just put that money aside. This is my portion. We share that mortgage, although my husband thinks otherwise. I don't feel comfortable not. So he gave me this amount, which is what he chose, and I'm going to respect it. He is the head of the household, so I don't want to step on that. So this is the amount he gave me for mortgage, and my portion is the $940.50. Okay, I'm just going to say $940, and that's due on the 1st of the month. On the 3rd of the month, I have a card due, and that's the amount I'll be paying on it, which is the $150. The 5th of February is my daughter's birthday. I also keep up with my PTO. Netflix is due on the 7th. Amazon and HBO Max is due on the 8th. I'll explain to you what this means in a moment. Let's see. Our Simply Safe, which is our security for our home, is due on the 11th of the month. Husband took over a lot of that and that. Our electric bill is due on the 16th of the month. This is my portion. That doesn't change because that's what he wants me to pay. I'm going to roll with it. Our life insurance is due on the 18th of every month. I have a car. Honey, we got to talk about this. I don't have the same car anymore. We're going to talk about it. I have a different car now. Unfortunately, that's what it is, but you know how we do. We're going to get that down. Again, PTO is due on the 20th. I have a card on the 24th. Xfinity is still Xfiniting, if that's a word. Y'all know the struggle I had with that a while back. And then I have a card at the end of the month. It is due the last day of every month. So if that's the 28th, because we're in February, it's due then. If there's a month with 30 days, it's due on the 30th. Months with 31 days is due on the 31st day. And that's just for me, for my total hours of PTO. So yeah, you guys, a lot of things have happened. A lot of things have changed. So first things first, let's talk about this. My job is changing, and that's just the initial of the last day for the company that I work with. That is last day, and that's my company's name. So the last day I'll be working with this company is February 7th. Unfortunately, the contract is up with that company. I am contracted into my facility that I work with. And my company has a contract with that facility that they renew every single year in the month of February. Typically on the 1st, but if the 1st falls on the weekend, they need to be renewed on the first Monday of the first work day of the month, which would have been the 3rd. However, this is the grace period. It has to be signed by that first Friday of the month. If the first business day falls on the Monday, my company decided that they will not be renewing the contract with the building in which I work, or the company that owns my building that I work. So unfortunately, another contract company will be coming in on the 10th of the month, and I am in negotiations with said new company. So we'll see how that pans out. By the time you get this video, I'm hoping all things will be squared away, but that may not be true. I'll update you on my stuffing video. As you all know, I usually do 1 week, I'll do a plan out and set everything up. The next week I'll do my stuffing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we'll move forward with that. So I told you what that meant. And now let's talk about this. My daughter, her birthday is February 5th, and that young lady is turning 28 years old. Yes, 28 years old is our oldest child's age. Yes, again, 28 years old, which means her and her father, they're old people. Okay, not me. I cut that out. I'm not. Okay. But yeah, that's what that is happening in regards to that, and that's that. Now let's also discuss this. As you all know, before, things transpired with my aunt, and I took that little break, and which I'm glad that I did. I really needed it because my family needed all the extra as far as my finances that I could give, and I was more than happy to give that to them. As you all know, I no longer have my mother with me. Thanksgiving made 14 years that I no longer have my mom. If you're new here, unfortunately, I lost my mom in a car accident on Thanksgiving Day in 2010, coming to my home for Thanksgiving dinner. It was my very first year hosting Thanksgiving dinner. And unfortunately, she was involved in a car accident within walking distance of my home, and she did not survive. And that was 2010, and that is the first year. This is the first time that I've explained that story or told that story to someone without crying. Yeah, I just realized that. Okay. And when I lost my mother, although my mother had systems and things in place to make sure everything was okay with her final resting preparations, my family swooped in and took care of things so me and my family could, I guess for lack of a better phrase, keep the entire beneficiary amount of her life insurance policies. And that's exactly what we just did with my aunt. We do that with every family member. The family comes together and pay for the funeralizing of the loved one so that loved one's immediate family can benefit from the entire amount of the beneficiary of the plan, the benefits of the plan, if I'm saying that correctly. And I hope that I am. Y'all know how I do. Anywho, so we completed that in the month of January. So February starts off my new, or reboots my new kicking in of my savings. So now this, y'all know I can digress, or can talk. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. So the car that you guys know, if you're not new here, I had 2 car payments. One was on the 8th of the month, and one was on the 8th of the month and the 20th of the month, right? And the reason why I was responsible or took responsibility of both car notes is because my husband took the bulk bills, the huge amount bills that we have, the investing that we do, paying off extra debt that we do, and my paying off cards, like, I have them still, but they're dwindling down, of course. At the end of the year, which is in December, along with my Christmas present, he sends me this huge amount to pay on the debt from the entire year. Okay. And I take that money. He either does it in the 6-month increments or year increments, whatever floats his boat. And so I take that money and I just disperse it, divide it. I add up all the debt, extra debt, and I divide that by that, whatever that number is, like 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, whatever debt it is. I take that money, divide it by 4, 5, 6, or whatever that is, and I disperse that equal amount of money to the debtors. And it takes a big chunk out of it, and we move forward. I continue to budget cards and things like that in the same amount, so I can continue to chip away at it until he gives that big lump sum, and then they come off one at a time or whatever it may be. So that's just the synopsis to get you all caught up. So my car, I changed cars. I wouldn't say I was forced, but it was time. And the car that I had, and I know you guys don't know, you guys just know that they were muscle cars, which was the Chargers. My husband still has his. We had the Chargers. We have one Scat Pack. We had one Scat Pack Plus and one Hellcat, right? I had the Scat Pack Plus. My husband has the Hellcat. So as my daughter and other kids are getting up in age, I decided, hey, grandbabies. Oh, you guys, I have 2 grandbabies now. Yes, I'll get into that. So as grandbabies are starting to dwindle in, and as my children are getting older and their father, we're going to put it like that, I decided a Scat Pack Plus wasn't something that I needed anymore. It was fun. I loved it. My husband still has his Hellcat because, he's a guy. It is what it is. So he's going to keep his a little longer. But I decided to get rid of my Scat Pack Plus because grandbabies, I needed to be able to put them in it. And my car, her name was Gracie. That's what I named her. She was very loud. So I decided to trade Gracie in and get a new vehicle. And I wanted the vehicle to be able to support me picking up grandchildren, car seats, and all the other things that comes with babies and toddlers, okay? When I found out the new baby was coming, I decided, which was this summer, you guys missed that because it was also during the time of the loss of my aunt. So I decided, hey, I want to get rid of the Scat Pack. I want a different car. I want to fall into the realms of, nice vehicle, nice SUV kind, and I have an SUV type now. And of course, if I'm going to be, you know, bringing grandbabies to our home, back to their prospective parents and all that, I want it to be something nice. I wanted it to be something reliable, of course. I wanted it to be something, you know, sporty still, but give you that classy lady vibes, you know. I was that whole, you know, muscle car chick, did that. We participated in a lot of things that comes with those Chargers. However, you know, modifications to them and, you know, meeting up here, doing that. And, you know, I'm done with that. I wanted the classy lady, and that's what I have. And classy lady came with a cost, right? But I'm okay with it. Husband took a lot of things, and I said, you won't take this. This is something I wanted to do. I'm going to pay for it in full. And this is the full note. Yeah. But it's brand spanking new. I got it last summer, like I said, and it comes with a cost. And I want grandbabies to be comfortable. I want to have enough room for them, and I do. So we're gonna eat that and keep moving. Okay. So that catches you up on that. Now, the only thing that I haven't caught you guys up on would be this new grandbaby. It is a boy. He is baby budget's number 2, I guess. I don't know. I gotta come up with a name for him. We have baby budgets already. He turned 2 years old, so a little sticker. And I'll insert a little bit of clip on his birthday party that we had in South Georgia. As you guys know, if you're not new here, I live in North Georgia. He lives in South Georgia. And he had a ball, and I'll put a little clip in if I can remember. If I don't remember, I'll do it next time. So it was a ball. It was a blast, an absolute blast. But anywho, I've talked for almost 20 minutes or more. I may chop that down a little bit. I'm not sure. So yeah, I found out that grandbaby number 2 was coming. During the whole process of my aunt, and grandbaby number 2 made his arrival. He is so stinking adorable. I may or may not insert a picture of him. I have to get permission from his parents before I do that. I don't want to overstep my grandparenting bounds, because this is not a brother of baby budgets. This is a cousin of baby budgets, and it is our middle child. Our daughter does not have a husband, did not have children. Our middle child, he is the brand new father. Our youngest child, he is the father of baby budgets. So if you would, guys, help me come up with a name. You know, the oldest grandson is 2. He is baby budgets. I need to get the youngest grandson a name, right? I do. All right, you guys help me do that in the comments. If you don't mind, put down what you think the new baby, his name should be on this app, and we'll move forward from there, okay? All right. So let's kick it up a notch and get going with the breakdown. So if you're not new here, my paychecks won't change as far as the dates when I get them. It's still the 5th and 20th of every month, and that's gonna go through the first part of March, because if you guys remember, I get paid the 5th of a new month, the 1st and the 15th of the old month. The 20th gets the 16th through the end of the month. So even though we're changing companies, my paycheck from the current company, I'll get the last one in March. And then we'll add the new one in as that goes about. But for February, it will be the current company that I'm with, and we'll go from there. Okay, so with that being said, so the paycheck that I will be receiving in February, the first one would be February 5th. And if you guys can also remember that paycheck, you know, it's a regular paycheck. I'm just going to put regular there. And the actual amount will be, if memory serves us all correctly, that actual amount will be $25.25. Okay, we talked about that. So now I'm just gonna do the breakdown of how those bills will roll, okay? Give me a minute, I'm gonna do a quick little setup different so I can see what I'm doing, because again, this thing's attached to me, okay? Okay, y'all, so, you know, it's mortgage, but I always call it rent, so we'll start with our rent. And you know, for the first paycheck, the 1st to the 15th is what I pay in regards to the first paycheck that I get. Sorry about the moving again, I'll fix that if I need to. So it is the 1st to the 15th bills will be rent, it will be a card, it would be Netflix, it will be Amazon, it will be HBO Max, it will be security, so Simply Safe. Okay, those are the bills now. So I got rid of Disney Plus. I got rid of Hulu. Was I paying Hulu? I'll have to look back, but some of the subscriptions that I had, I got rid of. I can't remember what they are now, but I kept Netflix, HBO Max. Those are 2 that I kept. Now, if I had anything other than that, I don't have them anymore as far as me being responsible for them. Okay? All right. So, in regards to, I'll let that focus. In regards to mortgage, we pay that on the 1st. That first card gets paid on the 3rd. That Netflix get paid on the 7th. Amazon and HBO gets paid on the 8th. And Simply Safe get paid on the 11th. Okay? Now anything past that waits to the next pay period. Okay? Okay. So now let's put in the amount. The actual amount for rent is $940. The actual amount for that card I'm paying is $150. Netflix is $16. Amazon is $16. HBO Max is $10. And security is $32. That's what we are. So, let me go back up here. And total income is $25.25. Okay. There we have it. Oh, my tithing. Oh, I forgot about that. My tithes. I apologize. I'm gonna start paying the whole thing. You remember, you guys, I started splitting it up, but because of that new car, I'm gonna start, which falls at the end of the month, I'm gonna go back to my tithes being at the beginning of the month. I'm just gonna pay the whole thing at the beginning of the month, and I'll pay that. I'll just do it on I'll put the 11th, but it'll get in there before then, I'm sure. And that's gonna come to $505. Okay. All right. That's what that comes to. So now let's add all this up and see what our balance is for that. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So let's add it all up here. So $940. Let me get y'all together. All right, $940 plus $150 plus 16 plus 16 plus 10 plus 32 plus 505. That equals $1,669. Let's do that one more time. $940 plus $150 plus 16 plus 16 plus 10 plus 32 plus 505. $1,669. That's $1,669 is our total. Okay. And let's subtract that from 25.25 and see what our balance is, or leftovers. And that leaves us left over with $8.56. Okay. All right. So $8.56, and we're gonna go to our envelopes as far as our sinking funds are concerned. And you know, girl, listen, y'all, new car, new gas. So it's gonna be gas. Oh, why do I put two S's? Because it got too much money to put in that tank. That's why I put two S's. Anywho, so gas, shopping, which is my grocery shopping. That's what we're gonna put it as. Anything else I want to do? What was I doing before, y'all? Let me look. That's what we were doing: gas, grocery shopping, and food. I'll let it stay that way. Let me add food here, and let me add groceries. All right, so our leftover we're gonna bring down, which is $856. Gas, y'all. You know, I was with the charger, I would fill up from paycheck to paycheck. I'm still gonna do that with this car, paycheck to paycheck. And I was doing, if memory serves me correctly, $100 from paycheck to paycheck. Well, I got to add in more than $100 for this. I got to add in, well, I'm going to do $125. So I'm going to budget $125 for gas. I'm still going to budget myself, I'm going to give myself a little extra for shopping. I was giving myself $20. I'm going to give myself $30. Food, I'm going to give myself $30. And groceries are still the same. I'm going to give us $100 for groceries. We still eat the same. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. We're going to just do the $100. So now we're going to add up that amount, which is $125 plus $30 plus $30 plus $100. And that is going to give us $285, as you guys can see, $285. So we're gonna put $285 here, and we're gonna subtract $285 from the $856. $285, and that gives us $571 to work with. So the leftover is $571. Okay, so we're gonna carry this $571 over here to our sinking funds. The actual is $571. Okay, now I have yet to establish, you know, if I'm gonna do my priority sinking funds the first part of the month or the last part of the month. I'm not sure yet, but I will definitely figure that out. So for now, yeah, I think I'm gonna do my priorities during this the first part of the month. And the sinking funds for me that are priority is a vacation. I also want to do emergency funds and personal savings. I want to do those three definitively, okay? Oh, and I also want to do car maintenance. Listen, y'all, I got to do a car maintenance now, honey, because, ooh, honey, yes. So for car maintenance, vacation, let's start there. Vacation is important to us. We all need that reset as far as I'm concerned. In this household, we need that reset. So I'm doing $100 for car maintenance. I'm going to do $100 for emergency funds. I'm going to do $50 for personal savings, and I'm going to do $50 for car maintenance, okay? And that's gonna total $300, 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and put that $300 here. We're gonna subtract that from 571. That leaves us with 271. And we're gonna move from there. Now our extra debt. For our extra debt, you guys know I'm not gonna do the extra debt because I've incorporated cards in my thing, my monthly payoff kind of deal, sinking funds. So I mean bills. So I'm not gonna do the extra debt. My husband's gonna take care of that. So that my first paycheck, I'm not doing extra debt. What I am going to do is extra savings, and those extra savings are gonna be my challenges, you know, saving for this, 100 envelopes and this, that, and the third. So I'm going to do the 100 envelopes, and I'm going to do gifts. If you guys remember, I have one for that. And I'm also going to do the 52 weeks. Now I'm gonna add some new savings challenges to it, but I'm gonna do those at the end of the month. They're gonna be quick little things, but at the end of the month. I may add them this time, I'm not sure, you know, I'll go back and do some things. So my actual leftover is $271. So for the 100 envelope challenge, we're gonna go ahead and pack $100 for that. We're gonna go ahead and pack 71 for gifts, and we're gonna do 100 for 52 weeks. Okay, that totals our 271, and we have 0 left over. Okay, all right. So we also do our income. We are a zero-based income. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and do that. So our total income, as we all know, is $25.25 because we can look back at that, but we're gonna move forward with this. $25.25, and then we're gonna subtract that from all of our areas. So we're gonna subtract that from the first area, which is the 1661. I'm sorry, 1669. And then number 2 will be our 285. And number 3 will be our 300. Number 4 we're not doing, so that's a 0. And number 5 is our 271. Now, if we did it correctly, that should equal 0. If that equals 0, we are good. So let's go ahead and do that subtraction. 25.25 minus 1669 minus 285 minus 300 minus 0 minus 271, and that should give us 0. Okay, so we did it, y'all. We did it. So I'm not gonna put a lot on any of us this first video. I think it started out heavy, you know, me explaining everything that has happened. You guys are all caught up on everything that has gone on in regards to me and why I've been gone. So you know everything that's happened. So I really appreciate you guys and all your well wishes and all your messages, your DMs, your emails, just saying, hey, we miss you, or I miss you, and hey, take your time. We'll be here when you get back. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate you all for that. Thank you for your prayers, your positive energy, your positive thoughts. Thank you. We needed them. We still need them. So thank you so much. So the next video you will see from me will be the stuffing video and catching you up on anything in regards to that. Please don't forget to leave in the comments what name we should name Baby Budget's cousin. to add him to the list. We got a baby budget. We need a baby cousin budget, I guess. I don't know. But you guys come up with a name for him as far as a cute little something that we can refer to him while we're having our discussions. And we'll move on from there. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. It's been a blast. It's been some ups and downs, some challenges, some hills, some trials, some tribulations, honey. But with God on our side, who can we fear, right? All things are happens through Christ, and we're going to pray without ceasing. And every time we're going to give thanks, and we're going to be grateful. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for standing by. If you made it to the end of this video, you are the GOAT, the GOAT, greatest of all times. And I will really, really appreciate you. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, be blessed. Bye.